What is good? Osiris here. You're back. Middle MAGA. There was an interesting discussion on Twitter that I would boil down into conservatism, which I need to find a definition for what I mean by. I don't use the word because I don't even know what it means to me. But what this argument comes down to is, can conservatism, whatever that means to you, can that include homosexual people? And my answer is yes. I mean, there's not even a question, but there's nuance here. I came to this topic via Isabel Riley Moody, and I'm going to share the tweet right now. I don't know who she is, and seems like she's probably pretty big. I didn't even look her up. It's irrelevant to this conversation right now, and I don't think she meant anything malintent by it, so I didn't take it in some type of bigoted type of way. It's a good topic of discussion. Isabella Riley Moody says being a homosexual and proclaiming it loudly has zero place inside the Republican Party or within the conservative movement. Just as Christians should be ashamed of and repent for their sins, so too should homosexuals be ashamed and repent. Further, being gay and proud is itself grooming. If you're gay and flaunting it proudly, you're recruiting, and you should stop it now. So pretty forceful and boisterous tweet that, like I said, made for a good topic of discussion. I quote tweeted and I said, I don't agree with this. Even if you consider it a sin, we are all sinners. But maybe I shouldn't say I don't agree with, maybe I shouldn't say that. I just think there's some nuance here that wasn't laid out, and it makes the tweet come across as you don't want, you want like, what was the under the Clinton era, it was like, don't ask, don't tell. So she's basically saying, I want a don't ask, don't tell policy for being a homosexual and being in the Republican Party or the conservative movement. I don't like that. Now, it is nuanced though, because I also said, I just said at the same time, I'm strongly against identity politics. So if you're bringing up that you're, in a natural way, an organic way, not flying the flag, the LGBTQ flag has no place within any movement that I want to be a part of. I don't care what you conservative mag, whatever you call it, because we have an American flag. That's what country means first. And I think what's happening here is the culture behind MAGA running basically the conservative movement, Republican Party right now, the heartbeat of it, the bloodstream of it is MAGA. MAGA is God, family, country. But we still have to separate religion from conservatism. They have to be two different things. So you're bringing in the sins. She's talking about the sins, and everybody's a sinner. Everybody's a sinner. But she's saying, okay, you're sinning and you're sinning proudly about it. That's a religious concern, not a political concern as much to me. But here's where the political concern comes. It's when you start playing identity politics. I'm a gay Republican, so I need to be able to do X, Y, or Z. I'm out. I'm a gay Republican. I need to fly this flag, whatever flag it is. I'm out, other than the American flag, pretty much. So that's where the problem comes in when you try to use any identity, whether it's black. I talk against the not just the black D blacks who are really Democrats, but the black D blacks that are in the Republican Party. They disgust me. They're the same thing as Democrats. And Maj Touré has had problems with this. Maj Touré has been really bad on race. He's an identitarian, and that does not mix with libertarian. He's a libertarian type, I think, an ex like leftist, like many of us are, but you bring identity politics into it, like Maj did to the Libertarian Party. That's a problem. That doesn't work. And you bring, whether it's race or your sexuality, it won't work. Here's some comments. I'm going to read some more here. I use Bryson Gray just because I think so highly of him. This is an area we disagree on. Bryson Gray, in my opinion, takes his Christian beliefs and conflates them with conservatism. He doesn't care if you flaunt or not or whatever. He doesn't want, I don't want to put words in his mouth. My understanding is he doesn't want transsexuals, gay. There's many people like that as a part of any movement he's in. That's fine. That means you're a Christian nationalist, that type, but you're not like a Republican. And he'd probably be fine with that. But some of the comments, Purge Me Already said, Scott Pressler has done more to help our side than anyone. Great example. And I believe, please forgive me if I'm wrong. My understanding is that he is gay, and I couldn't care less. That's why I don't even know. I couldn't care less. He doesn't fly any flags. He doesn't put it up there to say, I'm gay, I should get this. Or the one that hates me from the left is, I want trans rights. What the hell rights do other non-trans people have that trans people don't have? When you come out of the civil rights, you can argue the pros and cons of the Civil Rights era and the Civil Rights Act of 64. You can argue that, discuss it. But at the time in the South, black people literally didn't have the same rights. So you could say fighting for black rights at that time and you would be accurate. That does not apply now. That doesn't apply to anything. So there's no gay rights. There's no black rights. You can argue women rights with abortion because I am pro-choice, but generally speaking, that doesn't fly for me. Somebody else said, I noticed that gay Republicans rarely stoop to identity politics. That's good because that doesn't fit with if you want to be in a conservative type movement, identity politics can't fly. This woman's closed door attitude is harmful to the conservative standing. I agree. It's not a welcoming, and I'm not a person that tries to be welcoming just to be welcoming, but that statement is very exclusive. And I'm not really for it. I know it's a very thin line between where does your Christian beliefs come and your political beliefs. When does someone being gay come outside of the realm of where I would be comfortable with is if you force or try to coerce me into believing something or feel like everybody should be taught something, that type of thing. Let me know what you think. I think it's a good discussion. And the question that I'm going to end to make sure it's clear to ask everyone is, can homosexuality fit with, let's just do MAGA, conservatism, Republican Party? Let me know what you think. I think absolutely it can. It should. It better. Because when you talk about God, family, country, that includes, to me, everybody. It includes everybody. There's no every American, every citizen. Let's say that.
My style has no birth record. You might know when my record was born and how I played my favorite classics till the needles was gone and true say. You might know how my mom's pushing 76 turned my worldview inside out in one day. But this goes back further than that, further than rap. Before that first hospital slap, way beyond the confines of joy and pain, further than pride and shame, older than the foundation of the food chain, to born the understanding of an equal cipher. With the consistency of daylight, I shine so bright. I check 1, 2, but I ain't talking about no mic. I check 1, 2.